I joined this crypto scene somewhere around 2013, and I really like the technology, but not just the technology, the values as well. Before I started to play with Bitcoins, originally it was mostly just being a user and someone hacking around that. I was focusing on offensive security and penetration testing, so everything that is related to securing IT systems. And this is how I got involved more with cryptocurrencies and digital payments, and later governmental systems, but not the traditional government, but a new type of government. For example, OpenGov, which is implementation of Polkadot. So I was looking for more advanced technologies in the blockchain, and I was doing security research and different projects, and I found Polkadot, which said that there is an interoperability between blockchains in a secure manner, and this is solved in a decentralized way, so there is no more Web2 hackish solution, but something more serious. So I looked into Polkadot and joined the community. You can imagine interoperability in Polkadot very similarly to the story what happened to banks. So when the first banks came out and became digital, way later they became digital, they had this problem that they couldn't talk to each other. There were no protocols, there were no processes, so they had to invent some kind of way to transfer money from one bank to another one. So cryptocurrencies are somewhere around that time in the modern times, and Polkadot is working on making this interoperability more standardized through XCM and XCMP, and also actually to put them in practice. And it's not a problem anymore to create connection between two blockchains. Polkadot's interoperability is way different from what it used to be because it actually was built from scratch with Substrate technology. Substrate is a framework if you want to develop a blockchain, and the whole idea around Substrate is built in mind with having cross-chain messages sent around, and that blockchains are capable to talk to each other. So all the protocols that are supported, all the architecture and everything is basically supported already. Back then in 2017, for example, we only had some ideas on how this could be possible, but Polkadot actually implemented it in a really secure and really smart way. OpenGov is a decentralized governance system. It is not just about voting and the simple things most people think about when it comes to governing something. It is way more advanced because you can also control the lower and the technological layers of Polkadot. So thanks to OpenGov and thanks to the way Polkadot is built, we can even change the underlying code, and we can change what is running on the blockchain, which makes it really interesting. So, for example, in case the community decides that the fees are too high in Polkadot, the community has the power to lower it and change the configuration. And this gives the community a super strong power, and it's still unstoppable in a way that nobody can stop Polkadot, like nobody can stop Bitcoin or Ethereum. All the features that are developed by the Polkadot community are not just used by Polkadot itself, but all the ecosystem teams that are connected to each other. This means that some use cases, for example, more centralized or more governmental institutional use cases, are also developed in the ecosystem. So this is how we started G6 Networks project, because we saw the need from institutions, governments, banks, big enterprise companies, that they want to use blockchain in a smart way and not just use blockchain because it's cool. They want to use blockchain for very specific use cases, including immutability, transparency, and the new kind of digital payment system. So as you can see, the way we used to pay is becoming the past, and there is something new emerging. So all these things are, getting into practice, but right now it's hard to use it. So most of the people in the world, they cannot really use cryptocurrencies because it's complicated and there is no ready-to-go solution. So Polkadot is working on basically creating the infrastructure that helps to make this happen. So in the future, I think we will have many governments and banks using blockchain technology. And it's not the future, actually, it's already the present in some ways, because if you look around since 2015, when Bank of England actually presented its first ideas on CBDC, there was something starting, and it is still happening, and it's getting stronger. It's just not really spoken to the public very often, because when there is a new technology, everyone is focused on creating and developing the technology itself, and nobody wants to go out and talk about something that is not yet ready. But I expect that there will be some really interesting developments will be coming out. We already deployed G6 in a couple of locations, including Indonesia, where we are partnering with Mandala Chain, and G6 is providing them the technology. Mandala Chain is aiming to become the blockchain of Indonesia. There are two events that are very important for the ecosystem. One is Sub0. Sub0 is a tech conference focused on Substrate, Polkadot technology. It is mostly for developers, coders, hackers, and tech people. This is a gathering where we come together and see what is the current state of the art in the ecosystem. And the other one is Decoded. And Decoded is more for marketing, business development, meeting people, and it's more user-friendly, I would say. So if you're interested in joining an event, then Decoded is a good choice to start with. But of course, Polkadot is a global community, so we have meetups and smaller events all over the world. We also organize hackathons. So as part of my head ambassador role, I'm also helping events and proposals to go through on OpenGov. And the next event we are organizing will be in Indonesia, Bali. It's the Polkadot Championship. The first two of these kind of events were organized here in Budapest. Because of the success of the past 2 years, now we have the chance to organize this hackathon in Bali as well. So Indonesia is among the first countries starting to use decentralized governance systems. It's one of the reasons why we are also going there. So in the end of the year, there will be another hackathon, probably another Polkadot Championship. So this is something, if you're more from the tech side, then it's interesting maybe for you to join. And there are meetups every month. So if you would like to meet us, discuss the technology or the community or business opportunities, or want to implement something from Polkadot's technology, then you are welcome to join our meetups. And it's free discussion. We always tell you what are the current news. There are always some presentations and free talk, networking with really cool people.